Students, I'll continue with further part of module 2. We'll continue with 2 more critical rules. Okay. The rule is shifting takeoff point after a summing point. So we'll consider a situation which has been shown as, you can see, R1 input, C1 output, and here is a takeoff point. We have to shift this takeoff point to this location after summing point. Okay, then so at this takeoff point the value will be equal to x equal to r1. Okay, so now after shifting the takeoff point, let signal taking off be z as shown in the figure. So it has been shifted to this position, and let the signal taken off be at this position be z as shown. But what we'll get here z in this above figure, z will come equal to r1 plus or minus y. So this is r1, this is plus or minus y. So we'll get z is equal to r1 plus or minus y. But in the first figure you can see x equal to r1 takeoff point. So we want to have only feedback signal as x equal to r1. So how to get r1 is, we have to have a summing point, and to that summing point it should be minus or plus y, and it is added to z. Then we'll get the, what is that arrangement, we'll see now. So signal y must be inverted. Why? Because we want only r1, as it is here r1 plus or minus y, we want only r1 means, so we have to have minus or plus y added to this, then we can have only r1. So signal y must be inverted. When it is inverted, here it will be minus or plus y, and it is added to this c1. When it is added to this c1, so what will be, x is equal to r1. So to key feedback signal, same value, and add. Okay, so summing point must be introduced in series with takeoff signal. So modified configuration has been shown here. So you can see this is a modified configuration. Okay, next rule is shifting takeoff point before a summing point. So here is a takeoff point, and this takeoff point has to be brought to this position before a summing point. So we'll consider a situation which has been shown here. So you can see this is r1, this is plus or minus y. Here it is x is equal to r1 plus or minus y, r1 plus or minus y. So we have to shift this before a summing point here. Okay, then now when we shift that takeoff point to this location, so signal takeoff point be z. Here it is bz. Now what is this z equal to? Only r1. So z, as this takeoff point has been shifted here, z equal to r1, because nothing is changed. Okay, is it clear? Then we want the takeoff point as r1 plus or minus y. Okay, but we want feedback signal x, which is r1 plus or minus y. Hence to z, hence to this z, signal y must be added with same sign as it is present at summing point. So which could be achieved by using summing point in series with takeoff signal. So we have to have this y plus or minus y with the same sign, add it to this z equal to r1. So it will become x equal to r1 plus or minus y. So initially the takeoff point was having value r1 plus or minus y. So this arrangement has to be made in order to shift the takeoff point before a summing point. There is one thing to note, that shifting of takeoff point before or after a summing point adds an additional summing point in the block diagram. Due to this, the block diagram will get complicated. But in some rare cases, it is not possible to reduce the block diagram without such shifting of takeoff point before or after a summing point. So, we need to understand this. Next, we'll see procedure to solve block diagram reduction problems. There are certain steps to be followed to solve block diagram reduction problems. Step 1, reduce the blocks connected in series. So we have to see how many blocks are connected in series. First, reduce them. Second, reduce the blocks connected in parallel. Third, reduce the minor internal feedback loops. Fourth, as far as possible, try to shift takeoff points towards right and summing point to the left. Unless and until it is a requirement of problem, do not use rule 12 and 13. Fifth step, repeat steps 1 to 4 till simple form is obtained. 6. Using standard transfer function of simple closed loop system, obtain the closed loop transfer function C of S by R of S of the overall system. So these steps need to be followed to solve the block diagram reduction problems. Okay. Then we'll take a problem. Reduce the block diagram to its canonical, that is simple form, and hence obtain the equivalent transfer function C of S by R of S. Okay, so this is the block diagram. The solution, you can see this is a block diagram. The solution. What is the first step? Reduce the blocks connected in series. First we'll see which blocks are connected in series. You can see here G1 and G2 are connected in series. So first step is combine blocks G1, G2 which are in series using the rule. So blocks in series will get multiplied. So it will be one block with G1, G2. So combining blocks G1, G2 which are in series, we get G1, G2. This is a step. Okay. The next, what we have to see? Again we have to see if there are any blocks in series. There are no further blocks which are in series. Then step 2 we have to go. Reduce the blocks which are connected in parallel. So you see which blocks are connected in parallel. You can see that this G3 and G4 are connected in parallel. G3 and G4 are connected in parallel. We'll reduce it. So combine blocks G3, G4 which are in parallel. Combine blocks G3, G4 which are in parallel. So parallel rule is G3 plus G4. Okay. So you can see it is plus sign, G3 plus G4. So these two blocks which were in parallel are combined, G3 plus G4 you get. Next, again you check whether are there any blocks in series or parallel. There is no possibility. Then you go for the step 3. Reduce the minor internal feedback loops. So you can see here, this is minor internal feedback loop. So using the rule we'll reduce this. So this, as this is minus sign here, so it will be G1 G2 by 1 plus G1 G2 H1. Okay. G1 G2 divided by 1 plus G1 G2 H1. Then this will remain as it is. This will remain. Now you see, are there any blocks in series? Are there any blocks in series? So this block and this block are in series. So we can combine them. Okay. So after combining, what we get is G1, G2, G3 plus G4 divided by 1 plus G1, G2, H1. So we'll get this G1 G2 into bracket G3 plus G4 by 1 plus G1 G2 H1. Now the only thing that is remaining is feedback loop. So reduce that minor feedback loop, what we get? So when this is a feedback loop, reduce it. So it will be G1 G2 into bracket G3 plus G4 by 1 plus G1 G2 H1 divided by 1 minus, as it is here plus, so this becomes minus 1 minus G1 G2 into bracket G3 plus G4 H2 by 1 plus G1 G2 H1. Sorry, I'll repeat. G1 G2 into bracket G3 plus G4 by 1 plus G1 G2 H1 by 1 minus G1 G2 G3 plus G4 H2 divided by 1 plus G1 G2 H1. So C of S by R of S is equal to, C of S by R of S is equal to G1 G2 into bracket G3 plus G4 by 1 plus G1 G2 H1 divided by 1 plus G1 G2 H1 minus G1 G2 into bracket G3 plus G4 H2 by 1 plus G1 G2 H1. So 1 plus G1 G2 H1 in the numerator and 1 plus G1 G2 H1 in the will get cancelled. What remains is G1 G2 into bracket G3 plus G4 by 1 plus G1 G2 H1 minus G1 G2 G3 plus G4 into H2. So this is C of S by R of S. Okay. So C of S by R of S. We'll take one more problem. Obtain C of S by R of S using block diagram reduction rules. Block diagram reduction rules. So this is a block diagram. This is a block diagram. You can see the solution. So there are no blocks in series, there are no blocks in parallel. So are there any feedback loops? There are no minor internal feedback loops. So the solution is separating out the feedbacks at different summing points. We can rearrange a block diagram as. So to this summing point is H2. Okay, H2, H1. And H1 is connected here. So this H1, H2 and this is connected here. So it can be rearranged in this form H2, H1 to this summing point. Next, from here again this H1 is also connected to this summing point. So this H1 is connected again to this summing point. Then H1 is also connected to H2, H2 is connected to H3, H3 is connected to this summing point. So to this summing point H3, H2, H1 are there. So those all have been shown here. This is a rearrangement. So now it is clear that we can easily proceed further to reduce the block diagram. So solving minor feedback loop. So which is a minor feedback loop? So this is the first minor feedback loop. G3, H2, H1 will come in series. H1, H2 comes in series means it will be H2, H1. This forms a feedback loop. So it will be G3 divided by 1 plus G3, H1, H2. So R of S, G1, this is G2. This is G3 divided by 1 plus G3, H1, H2. This is H1. So these three H1, H2, these three H1, H2 and H3 can be combined. These three H1, H2, H3 can be combined. So we get here H1, H2, H3 because they are in series. Now these two blocks G2 and G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 are in series. Combine them. So it becomes G2 G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2. So then this remains H1, this remains H1, H2, H3. next. So what is done is this becomes a minor feedback loop. This block and this block will become a minor feedback loop. So reduce that. So it will be G1, G2, G2, G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 by 1 plus G2 G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 into H1. So that minor feedback loop is reduced. This minor feedback G2 G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 divided by 1 plus G2 G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 into H1 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2. So when that is being reduced, so it comes to a form G2 G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 plus G2 G3 H1. G2 G3 H1. Okay. Then these two blocks are in series. Combine them. Two blocks in series, when they're combined, we get G1 G2 G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 plus G2 G3 H1 divided by H1 H2 H3. So again, when this is a feedback loop, so we can reduce that. What we'll get is G1 G2 G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 plus G2 G3 H1 by 1 plus G1 1 plus G1 G2 G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 plus G2 G3 H1 into H1 H2 S3. So C of S by R of S will come equal to C of S by R of S. C of S by R of S will come equal to G1 G2 G3 by 1 plus G2 H1 H2 plus G2 G3 H1 plus G1 G2 G3 H1 H2 H3. So C of S by R of S is G1 G2 G3 by 1 plus G3 H1 H2 plus G2 G3 H1 plus G1 G2 G3 H1 H2 H3. So I request you to solve these problems, understand the problems. Okay, I'll stop here.